This video is sponsored by Bityard. With over 400 cryptocurrencies to choose from on their spot exchange, dozens of USDT pairs for futures trading, perpetual coin futures, trade commodities like gold, silver and oil, Forex, and major indices like Nasdaq. You can buy crypto from Bityard with over 50 different fiat currencies using Visa, MasterCard, Google or Apple Pay. If you like, you can use their copy trade facility, follow other traders who will execute trades on your behalf, or become a copy trader yourself. Sign up between now and the 4th of May to take part in the wallet token airdrop. Further details can be found on my Telegram. Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to have a look at Bitcoin and just focus on Bitcoin. And we spoke about the Dixie yesterday, and I played you that video from September where I said that the Dixie's going to have a bullish year next year. And look, here we are about to close the monthly of April, going into May, and we are still having a bullish year. So accurately predicted by myself. But you know, I'm not here to blow my own trumpet. I'm here to effectively explain my trade strategy and my stance on price action. And at the moment, everybody I see, go on Twitter and was going, the monthly, man. It's all about this monthly. Like the closure of April's monthly is an absolute the be all and end all. Like it's never meant anything other than a huge turning point for crypto. Not really the case. I mean, the way that I would choose to look at this, so I've got it on log scale at the moment just to make it easier. But the way I choose to look at this is like, okay, look. So look, what are we looking at here? Effectively, we're looking at wicks of higher lows. Not so much with higher highs, but higher lows. The buyer's still willing to step in each time. Every time we dipped down below this 21 exponential moving average, we got sucked straight back up again to a large extent. So there is a lot of buyers within this area, which is why I bought the zone. I'm not buying any more of this zone. I bought 40,600. I bought 35,000. Not looking to buy any more in this zone. That's what the point of buying zones are. The zone's been bought out. That's fine. Lower zones, I'll buy those definitely, but this zone's been bought out. So this zone could still be the zone that we play within. And even though we are looking to close a monthly, and you could argue to the point which is the 21 exponential is the main portion of this monthly, or you could turn on the Bollinger Bands and say that it's the center of the Bollinger Band being the 20 weekly, which is the main thing, which at the moment we are below. And that would normally, I suppose for traditional markets has proven to be more accurate because they are way more lagging than Bitcoin, although Bitcoin has effectively lagged for over a year now. 20 weekly is, it's like a line in the sand. Are you with us or are you without us? But let's just go back in time a little bit and we'll have a look at the last time we came down to this 21 exponential moving average and what it meant when we broke down below it. So in the beginning of this year's, this current cycle's bull market in 2019, this is where things started to get pretty interesting, right? This is where the majority of us, I say us, me and my friends, that are into all this sort of stuff, bought all our crypto because we recognise that the bear market is over, the bull market begins, and it went sky high. It just absolutely launched, and we were having a great time, absolutely loving it. Things were good, life was simple, and things only went up. But then, that was actually quite short-lived. We bought in around about April. I remember April 1st. I remember April 1st rally. To be honest, I remember it like it was yesterday. And it went straight all the way up, all the way up through into the midsummer, and then basically that was it. And then consolidation for a couple of months and sideways accumulation for a couple of months. It was boring. People couldn't take it. It was horrendous, and it scared a lot of people out of the market because a lot of people like altcoins. I want my altcoins. Why are my altcoins going up? Why is everything going down? But crypto is supposed to only go up. Relax, guys. Look, this is what happened. We came down to the 21 exponential halfway through this consolidation, right? Halfway through the consolidation came down to it. Had a nice reaction from it, continued to consolidate. Oh dear, we double bottomed on this, and the double bottom from, let's just measure it from the 21 exponential. The double bottom around, I remember it clearly, and I remember this is just a little bit of something to say. I remember on my Telegram people were saying, oh, I'm not going to buy 6,600. I'm going to buy 6,400. And someone else would say, no. 6,200. That's the floor. I will buy there and nowhere higher. Trust me. I'm not going to buy a penny higher than 6,200. I mean, in hindsight, this kind of silliness. I mean, no disrespect to people. I know everybody wants to catch the absolute bottom, but think about what that is now. When we zoom out and think about what that is, what's the difference really between 6,600 and 6,200. Well, the difference is some people had their orders filled and enjoyed the rest. Some people didn't get their orders filled at all and were left behind. That's the difference. At the time, though, you know, it was quite a heated discussion and debate within the Telegram. People talking about, oh no, you would never, no way would I buy that. That's just stupid. That's stupid. No way. Like, all right, okay. This is why I suppose the best way would be to buy incrementally on the way down, to make sure you never find yourself in a situation where you're sitting around waiting for 6,200 and it never gets met. So anyway, we double bottomed around 6,400, give or take. And for some people, they were left behind. And then what happened? We started to go up. We went down. This was a black swan event, but we effectively think about these candle bodies back down to the 6,400 again. So it's all a very magical number, 6,400, despite this giant wick. And then basically meandered around. And this area here, if you think about these candle body tops, you know, we worked this out. It's effectively an 18-month sideways period, really. So 18 months of sideways, you know, including consolidation, accumulation, and subtle uptrend. Effectively, you know, 18 months is similar to what we're kind of feeling around here. So we topped, we consolidated, we topped again, we consolidated, we're accumulating, and what we're looking at here, well, you know, if we think about what we're going to do between now and maybe into the summer, you know, despite, you know, what people, you know, think that we're going to come back down to, you know, ridiculous lows, it kind of feels kind of similar, doesn't it, really, that we go sideways for an 18-month period, which is, you know, from the top to the bottom. It might not feel sideways, but effectively it is when you have a chart that looks like this, and that's just what it looks like on log scale. You turn it onto turn it off log scale, and that's what it looks like. So effectively it is sideways, regardless of what people might feel or think. So the 21 exponential hit here. We did come down below it to the tune of 16-17%. So if we think about what that is now, and I'm not saying, you know, we're going to come down by 16 or 17%, but, you know, if we come down by about 23%, that would bring us back down to this super resistance level around, I mean super support level around here, and that would be something that we'd want to focus on, and that's probably, I would imagine, this area gets front run, which is why my next buy order is at 31,300. A strange random number. I want to make sure my orders get filled, you know, and there'll be a lot of people going, no, I'm not going to be buying for 31,300. That's ridiculous. I'm going to go 30,500, and they might get left behind. Some people go, no, 26,000, not a penny more. And you know, what I tried to refer to back in these days is the endless discussion and debate that took place around 6,006 or 6,002. Look, there's only one wrong answer, isn't it? It's the person who didn't get their orders filled and ended up basically getting caught having to buy up incrementally on the way up. Yeah, that's not as good as buying incrementally on the way down. Anyway, regardless of which way you decide to trade, or even just invest, or just pick it back up again, it doesn't seem all that bad, despite the monthly coming down to this level. Now we could hold here. We've held here so far, but even, you know, if we just go back historically when things were pretty nasty, and this was a bad consolidation. I remember people, you know, getting very upset about it. We just go back down to the 54% retracement from there to there, and if we just measure it from its absolute peak down to its absolute low so far, that's 52%. Yeah, 54, 58 it would come down to that. Look, it's not much different. It's just 1 or 2% difference. Well, that's about 3.5% difference. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Look, I'm telling you now, I've kind of been here before, right? I've been around for a while. All this flapping around in the comments and in the Telegram and on YouTube and on Twitter and stuff is kind of a little silly, to be fair. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with trying to catch the absolute lows or to try and day trade, but if you're really just thinking about buying low and selling high, you know, these are the points, even at this stage right now, where we could quite easily say that the bottom isn't today. The bottom could take place over the next few weeks. We've already looked at other time frames, such as the weekly, where we do have short signals, and the daily as well. We don't have a short signal on the weekly, but we certainly did on the daily, and that's looking to play out at any point, really. We are looking for this daily short signal to play out, and I'd imagine that brings us down to this back into this box where it's 35,000 or maybe even down to 32. This is why I'm hoping for that wick down, because like I say, this whole area has been bought out for me, but I would welcome, you know, a nice big plummeting looking nuke candle down into the 31,000s, and maybe hopefully a little lower, similar to these wicks, basically giant, and then get sucked straight back up. That's why my buy order is around that level. I do want that, I welcome that, and the chart does seem to want to do that too. The short signal is still very much in play, so it's all a matter of where you take that short from if you're looking to do that. But the price action will turn around quite quickly in my expectation, because of the way that it has turned around quite quickly from significant lows in the past. So I'm not a perma bull, I'm not a perma bear, but if you were to pick one direction of which one's going to make you the most money, it's certainly going to be up, right? It's certainly going to be up, which is why spot trading is always my preference, because if there's ever an asset that's going to forgive you in the end, it's going to be Bitcoin, right? It's done it for everybody all the time. Everybody has always made their money back at some point. The only people who have unfortunately not made their money back so far is Matt Damon and his friends at Crypto.com that started talking about buying it and being brave around here. Well, I have in no doubt that they will make their money back, and then maybe some other celebrity for some other exchange will start, tweeting about the top, and we can think about limiting our exposure at that point. But at the same time, like, I really wouldn't get too concerned about this. It's, whether we come down by another 10 or 20 or so percent, it's no big deal when the overall projection is up. And I know people are already saying, oh, it's going to take it's going to take 4 years, man, to get back up there. I really don't see that would be the case, honestly. It doesn't look to me like that is going to be the case. It would not at all surprise me if this turned around faster than you could all imagine. And maybe even by the summer, certainly by the end of the year, we'd be looking for a new all-time high and beyond. Now, there's nothing on the chart that would suggest that that's definitely going to happen, but my experience would tell me that it could, and it could quite easily happen. Bitcoin and crypto turn around very fast, very fast. It's all about order books, and who's willing to buy and who's willing to sell. That will create the red or the green candle. We've already come down to a large extent. We are in what I believe to be quite a clear accumulation zone, and so the best thing to do is to accumulate, especially if from the top to this level here you're already down by 44%. That's not a big bloody deal. If we think about the absolute bear market that we had from the parabolic top, and again, this is different. If you have a bubble pop of this extent, you will likely see deeper and faster and harsher retraces. This is a bubble pop if ever there was one, and we came all the way down to the tune of 84%. You could argue that, all right, this is where we are right now, we're looking around this, and so this means that we have to do this. It doesn't mean that at all. Does not mean that at all. Bitcoin was a different beast around here. It was overvalued, overinflated, and effectively got into what anyone would have considered to be a bubble pop. Based on your weekly money flow index, this pretty much always nails a bubble pop, 1, 2, and a 3. Every single time, especially with any asset, but Bitcoin and crypto especially. You start getting reads on a monthly money flow index around 95 or higher. It's time to get out. Time to limit your exposure. We don't have that here. What we have is it's consolidating with the stock market due to Federal Reserve monetary policies, and being forced to deal with inflation by raising interest rates, all these rate hikes that you hear about all the time. That's what's happening. It's just following the stock market, and unlike the stock market, we don't have to worry about earnings. We don't have to worry about people not buying or not spending or carry on subscribing. It's nothing to do with that. It's just a reasonably well correlated chart that's effectively being traded now by the big boys in Wall Street. It's also being sucked up by the whales. So if you don't want to be part of the giant wealth transfer, which is what Bitcoin's always been about, then sell to the whales, which is honestly, that is what's happening right now. The institutional players, the big boys, the big whales, they're sucking up the Bitcoin at all these prices. This is why we see it get sucked up quite easily from these lower zones, despite everyone calling for 20,000 and lower. The whales are buying it back, right? The wealth transfer is taking place right under your nose, and it's not going to you, right? It's going to go to them, right? You've got to think ahead here. You do have to plan for the future. It's not about getting rich today or tomorrow or next week or the week after, but it is about buying into something that's going to have decent returns in the future, and Bitcoin is the one. It is the one. So look, I'm not telling you where to buy. You all know where I've bought. 40,000, 35,000, next will be 31,350, and then after that I'll be looking to get in at 29, and then see where we go from there. And look, my projection is a little bit down the line. Each one of those buy orders is going to be in profit one day, and I would expect they'll all be in profit at some point this year. And that might not be a fast turnaround for you guys, but actually in the grand scheme of things, that's a pretty decent turnaround for any person if you look to, you know, make some cash, right? But I can understand your fear, especially if you've not been through these sort of things before, or even if you've not been around, you know, since this, you know, I suppose in the last year. I can imagine most of you will be frustrated because you got in at the end of a bull market or a parabolic run, and you're probably down. To be honest with you, you've probably only lost money, and that's unfortunate, and I can understand the pain there. I've got trades that haven't made any money. You know, I've made some wrecked trades in the last, I suppose, just this year, to be honest with you. But you know, that's the way it goes. That's the way it rolls. You don't always make money. The idea is, though, that you make more money than you lose. That makes you able to do it as a living, and that's why I'm lucky enough to press buttons. You know, on a, well, I suppose I say on a weekly basis, but. Sometimes on a bi-weekly basis, I click very few buttons to make my living by doing this. But patience is a very large component. So you win some, you lose some, just so long as you're winning more, and the wins that you do are big. Anyway, a nice big ramble there for a Saturday morning. I hope you have a nice day. I'm doing the live stream tonight. Couldn't do it last night, so I will be doing it tonight. So feel free to join the Patreon. If you want to join, you might as well join at the beginning of each month, because Patreon runs in a really stupid way where it likes to charge people regardless of where they paid for. So maybe don't sign up today, but maybe sign up tomorrow would probably be your best bet. Good value for money. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.